Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the previous lecture, we have discussed how can we design a schematic in Altium Designer using the components available in the libraries of Altium Designer. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss some advanced steps. For example, how can we modify a component that we have used in our schematic. So in this case, we just need to first create a schematic library. So we'll create a schematic library, make schematic library. So this is the first step. So here we have created a new schematic library, first underscore project. In this library, all the components have been placed by Altium Designer itself. That we have used in our schematic, and this is the list of all the components that we have used in our schematic. So this is the schematic library generated by Altium Designer. Now this is the list of project documents. So again, come to schematic library, schematic document. Now, for example, we are interested in modifying this component LM555. Actually, we want to eliminate these crossovers by placing the pins of the LM555 timer at appropriate positions to in order to remove these crossovers. So just see the steps that I follow to eliminate these crossovers. Let us increase the length of this component. Pin number 6 and 2. Now save the schematic library. Now the library has been saved, and now we would like to update schematic. Tool, update schematics. So this component LM555 timer has been updated in this schematic. Now we need to rewire the pins of the LM555 because the wirings have been disturbed, of course. So now I have reconnected the pins of LM555. The connections are the same as they were before. The modification of the position of the pins, but now the crossovers have been eliminated. So it's the first step. So in the second step, we will discuss how can we create a new component if the desired component is not available in any of the libraries of Altium Designer. So go to schematic library again, and here create a new component. So for example, we name it as LM78AB. So now, for example, it is the required component is an IC. So the IC is represented by a rectangular box. So we have created rectangular box. Then we can place number of pins, 2, and if we like to place pins on the left side, we need to rotate the pin by pressing space bar. So press space bar 2 times, the pins have been rotated. So now we have placed 4 pins. Now we can rename the pins because normally in ICs pin numbers range from 1 to the number of pins, the maximum number of pins that are there in the IC. So pin numbers should start from 1, 2, 3 and go up to 4. So for example, we make it pin number 4. This is the pin number, designator is the pin number, and display name is the functionality of the pin. So we can just rename it as, for example, C. So let us assume that we are designing the schematic model of an optocoupler. So in optocoupler, normally there are 4 pins. One is anode, so we change it as A. Number 3 we change it at K. This is cathode, and this is collector, and this is of course emitter, so we rename it as emitter, capital E. So now we have created a new component. Outside the box there are the pin numbers, and inside the box the functionalities. So we have created a new component. Now save it, and this is the schematic library LM78AB. And if we like to place this component in our schematic, we just can place in the schematic multiple times as we want. So in this schematic, as we don't need this component, therefore we just delete this component. But the point that I want to make clear, that how can we develop a new component in the Altium Designer, and how can we use it in our schematic. So that's the point is clear, I think now. Now another important feature of Altium Designer that I want you to learn is the creation of netlist. We can just create netlist for project. So for example, we create netlist prototype netlist for the project. So here the netlist has been created. Go to projects, generated, and first_project.net. So this is the netlist that has been created by Altium Designer. So this is actually a list of all the connections present in our schematic. For example, in the network of VCC, these pins are connected with each other. DS1-1 means the first pin number 1 of 7-segment display, pin number 6 of 7-segment display. The DS1 is the designator of the 7-segment display in our schematic. Pin number 1 of the resistor R2, pin number 3 and U of U1, pin number 4 of U2, U3, U4. So all these pins are connected. Let us see what is the real situation. So here pin number 5 of U3, pin number 16 of U4 are connected with each other, and the network name is VCC. So again, go to check pin number 5 of U3 and pin number 16 of U4. These are connected and the network name is VCC. Similarly, all the other pins that are connected, for example, DS1, pin numbers 1 and 6, they are there in the netlist in the same net. Similarly, pin number 3 of U1, pin number 1, pin number 1 is not connected to VCC, pin number 1 is connected to plus 12 volt. Plus 12 volt is another net. So in plus 12 volt net, you can see here we can see plus 12 volt net. This is the plus 12 volt net, pin number 1 of P1 and pin number 1 of U1. So all the connections that have been made by us in our schematic are listed in this the file, the netlist. So before the list of connections, there are the footprints of the components that have been used. For example, the footprint of C1 is radial 0.3, footprint of C2 is radial 0.3. This is the footprint of the 7-segment display, and this is the footprint of the connector or header P1, this is the footprint of the register R1, and so on. So first there are the name of the components, their footprints, and then the connections between their pins. So this netlist file will be used in designing PCB. So these are the connections that the PCB file will require while while connecting the different pins of different ICs, and we will come to designing PCB in coming lecture. So in this lecture, I just want to make another important feature, that is the multiple sheet options or multiple pages option. So if the schematic is not is a very big, so we can't fit it in a single page or on a single document, so we may need to split the schematic in 2 pages or in 2 sheets. So now we are going to discuss how can we create multiple sheet or multiple schematic document. So for example, we just want to cut this portion of the schematic, and we want to place this portion in another schematic document. So we can just add a new schematic to the project, add new to project schematic. So this schematic document has been created. So now we can cut this portion of the schematic, cut, and here we paste it. So here it has been pasted, and now we save. We can rename the second schematic document as display board, because in this schematic we have the 7-segment display and all its accessories. So we can name it as display board. So we can also save this schematic. Now in the second part, how will we ensure that pin number 3 of LM555 is connected with the pin number 14 of pin number A. Of course, that was connected in the single schematic, but now the connection has been broken. So we can just place a port here, and we can connect. So for example, we rename the port as LM555 pulses. So this is an input port. Of course, these pulses are coming from LM555 to pin number 14. So this port must be an input port, not a bidirectional port. This is the symbol of bidirectional port, so we can make it as input. So this is an input port now. So now this pin number 14 is taking input only, it is not giving any output. And similarly, this port must be placed here. Control C, copy. So we can place it here. Now it is an input port, but at 555 it must be an output, so we define it as output port. So now it has become as an output port, and now we can save it. So now although the schematics, the schematic documents are different, pin number 3 is not connected to pin number 14 through a wire, but these ports, LM555 pulses, in the 2 schematic documents, these 2 ports make a connection between the 2 pins. So we can verify this connection by creating the netlist again. First we go to this document. We can just close netlist files, and we can remove from project. Okay, now we create the netlist file again. Design, create netlist for project. Now it is very important that we select the netlist for project, not the netlist for document. If we select netlist for document, the netlist will be created only for this schematic document and not the display board. So we are interested in creating netlist for project. Again, we have created netlist for the project. So netlist for the project has been created, and now we can see that pin number 14 of U3. So let's search pin number U3-14. So pin number U3-14 is connected to U2-3, not U2_3. So that's the point, that we can split our schematic into multiple sheet or multiple pages document if the schematic size is not the schematic cannot be fit into a single page. So in this lecture that was the last point. So now we finish the lecture. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.